Welcome to my channel Official History of Coins Deep Dive into the world of hidden treasure. Today, we're not just looking at old coins. We're going on a journey to uncover a piece of American history that could be sitting right in your pocket change. First up, let's get our hands on the star of the show, the 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This isn't just any penny, it's a specific coin minted in Denver, a fact proudly displayed by the small D mint mark sitting right under the date on the obverse or the head's side. It's a tangible piece of the iconic Wheat Penny series, a design that graced American currency from 1909 right up until 1958. The design, featuring a bust of President Abraham Lincoln on one side and two elegant stalks of durum wheat on the other, was the brainchild of the brilliant sculptor Victor David Brenner. President Theodore Roosevelt, a man with a deep appreciation for art, personally chose Brenner to bring a new level of artistic merit to our nation's coinage based on a stunning plaque Brenner had created of Lincoln's profile. Now you might be wondering, why was this specific penny made in 1949? Well, to understand that, we have to step back in time. The late 1940s were a period of immense change and growth for the United States. The nation was basking in the post-World War II economic boom. Industrial production was skyrocketing, consumer spending was on the rise, and the population was growing. This bustling economic activity meant a massive demand for coinage for everyday transactions. The Denver Mint, one of the primary facilities, was tasked with striking millions of pennies to keep up with the needs of a thriving nation. And strike them they did. The Denver Mint produced a staggering 153,132,500 of these 1949 D pennies. That's over 153 million coins. With such a large number, you might think they're all incredibly common and worthless. But here's where the story gets interesting. For coin collectors, it's not just about how many were made, but how many have survived in great condition over the decades. The 1949 D, despite its high mintage, presents a real challenge to find in higher, uncirculated grades. The coins were heavily circulated, and finding one that's been tucked away and preserved in pristine, mint-state condition is surprisingly difficult. This brings us to the heart of the matter, the value. Is the 1949 D Wheat Penny really that valuable? The answer is a resounding yes, but with a huge caveat. The value of your 1949 D penny is almost entirely dependent on its condition or grade. The difference between a worn-down coin and a sparkling, untouched one is the difference between pocket change and a significant payday. You see, most of these pennies you'd find in circulation are worth just a few cents. A well-worn 1949 D in good or very good condition might only fetch between 5 cents and 20 cents. Not exactly a fortune. But hold on to your seats, because when we start talking about uncirculated coins, the numbers start to climb. A coin that has never been used in commerce and retains its original mint luster is a different beast entirely. For instance, an uncirculated 1949 D penny, graded MS63, mint state 63, could be worth around 80 cents, while one graded MS65 could sell for approximately $3.40. For a coin that cost 1 cent to make, that's already a nice little return. However, the truly spectacular value is found in coins at the very top of the grading scale. Pieces that grade MS67 or higher are considered extremely rare. Finding one in this condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. The demand from serious collectors for these exceptional specimens is what drives the price through the roof. A 1949 D penny in a top-tier grade, especially one with its original red, RD copper color, can be valued from over $1,000 to nearly $6,000. In fact, some sources suggest that the absolute highest graded examples can reach upwards of $12,000. Imagine that, a single penny worth more than a used car. But the potential for value doesn't stop there. You also have to look for errors. One of the most sought-after varieties for the 1949 D is the repunched mint mark, or RPM. This is where the D mint mark shows evidence of being punched into the die more than once, creating a distinct doubling effect. These RPM varieties can command substantial premiums, especially if found in high-grade, uncirculated red condition. It's a thrilling reminder that sometimes The mistakes made during the minting process can create the most valuable treasures. So what's the maximum price you could sell a 1949 wheat penny for? While it's impossible to give an exact figure without seeing the coin, the potential is massive. If you were to find a flawless, top-tier MS-67 red specimen, we're talking about a coin that could easily fetch several $1,000s. The absolute ceiling for the most perfect, rare, and error-laden 1949 could be in the range of $5,000 to $12,000 or more. It's a life-changing sum for a coin that many people might just toss into a jar. This is why it is so valuable to the right person. Its value isn't just in the metal it's made of, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Its value is in its history, its rarity in high grades, and the thrill of the hunt for collectors. The 1949 is a semi-better date, meaning its mintage is lower than many surrounding years, making it a key piece for anyone trying to complete a collection. It's a gateway coin for beginners and a challenging prize for seasoned numismatists. This is the kind of coin that makes you want to rush to your attic, dig through that old box of knickknacks, or carefully examine every penny in your change jar. The possibility that you could be holding a small fortune is incredibly motivating. The 1949 wheat penny is out there, waiting to be discovered, and it could be yours. In conclusion, my friends, the 1949 wheat penny is a perfect example of how true value isn't always obvious. It's a coin that, at first glance, might seem ordinary, but holds within it the potential for extraordinary worth. It's a beautiful piece of American history, a testament to a bygone era, and for the lucky few, a significant financial asset. So what are you waiting for? Grab your magnifying glass, check your change, and start your search. You never know, you might just be holding a $12,000 treasure in the palm of your hand. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another episode of Hidden Treasure Hunting. Next coin, the 1952 1-cent wheat penny, is not just a piece of copper. It is a tangible piece of American history that is poised for greatness. While many so-called experts might overlook it, you are about to discover why this coin is a hidden treasure with a future so bright it could blind you. The coin features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and 2 stalks of durum wheat on the reverse, a design that ran from 1909 until 1958. This wasn't just a coin, it was a symbol of American prosperity and agrarian strength. To truly understand the potential of this coin, you have to go back to its creation. The wheat penny was designed by the brilliant sculptor-engraver Victor David Brenner. President Theodore Roosevelt himself wanted new coin designs with more artistic merit and chose Brenner based on a plaque he had created of Lincoln's profile. This made Abraham Lincoln the first real person to appear on circulating U.S. coinage, a move that was both revolutionary and controversial. The coin you hold in your hand is directly connected to that bold moment in American history. Now let's talk about the 3 different varieties of the 1952 wheat penny, because this is where the value truly begins to differentiate. The Philadelphia Mint struck 186,856,980 of these pennies, and they have no mint mark under the date. The Denver Mint produced a massive 746,130,000 coins, marked with a D. Finally, the San Francisco Mint struck 137,800,004, marked with an S, making it the scarcest of the 3. This scarcity is the first clue that not all 1952 pennies are created equal. Let's get to what you really want to know, the current value. If you find a 1952 wheat penny in your pocket change that is heavily worn, it might only be worth its face value or a few cents. For example, a common 1952 in average condition might be valued around 6 cents to 15 cents. But don't you dare let that discourage you, because that is just the starting point, and we are here to talk about the real money. The moment your coin enters uncirculated condition, the game changes entirely. An uncirculated 1952 wheat penny can be worth anywhere from $2 to $10 or even more, depending on its quality and mint mark. A 1952s in uncirculated condition can fetch up to $4.96. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even scratched the surface of this coin's true potential. The real magic happens when we talk about high-grade specimens. Coin grading is everything, and the higher the grade, the higher the price. A 1952 D penny graded MS65 by a professional service like PCGS is valued at around $17. Jump up to MS66, and the value more than doubles to $35. But when you reach the pinnacle of perfection at MS67, the value skyrockets to an incredible $236. This is proof that condition is king. Now hold onto your seats, because we're about to hit the stratosphere. The most valuable 1952 D wheat penny ever sold at auction reached a staggering price of $9,775 in November 2007. That's right, nearly $10,000 for a single penny. This particular coin was graded MS67 by PCGS. This is not a myth. This is a documented fact that proves the immense value locked inside this coin. But the story doesn't end there. Other notable sales have shattered records as well. A 1952 D graded MS67 Plus sold for $6,463 in April 2015. Another MS67 example sold for $6,325 in both September 2008 and May 2005. These are real numbers, real money, changing hands for a coin that many people would simply dismiss as pocket change. This is the kind of potential we are talking about. What makes this coin even more exciting is the incredible variety of mint eras that can multiply its value tenfold. Imagine finding a 1952 penny that was struck on a dime planchet. This error makes the coin silver and smaller than a normal cent. These rare errors are worth around $2,000. Then you have off-center strikes, where a portion of the coin is blank, which can also command serious premiums. Another fascinating error is the double strike, where the die strikes the planchet more than once. There are also known struck-through grease errors, where grease fills the die and prevents some of the design from being fully struck. And let's not forget the rare double die obverse DDO errors that have been identified for this year. Finding any of these errors in your 1952 wheat penny is like hitting the jackpot. So can this coin be valuable in the future? The answer is a resounding yes. The value of wheat pennies has generally increased over the last decade, especially for rare or high-grade coins. As time passes, these coins become harder to find in pristine condition, driving up demand and prices. The 1952 wheat penny is a classic piece of American numismatics that will only become more treasured. The future value of this coin will depend on several factors. Condition remains paramount. Coins in uncirculated or near-mint condition will always fetch higher prices. The color of the coin is also critical. Coins with full, original red, RD color command significantly higher prices than those that have turned brown. The market trends are clear. Quality and originality are the keys to unlocking maximum value. The market for these coins is driven by passionate collectors and astute investors who understand their historical significance. As the years go by, the 1952 wheat penny will continue to be a staple in Lincoln cent collections. The series itself is affordable for beginners, but the top-tier specimens are a steal for serious collectors looking for high-grade rarities. Let's talk about the absolute maximum value this coin can achieve. While the record stands at $9,775, the sky is truly the limit. If a coin with a new, previously undiscovered error surfaces, or if a perfect MS68 or higher grade is ever found, the price could easily shatter the current record. The numismatic community is always hungry for the next great discovery, and your 1952 wheat penny could be it. What makes this coin so special is its connection to a bygone era. These coins were made of 95% copper, a composition that gives them a unique weight and feel. They circulated through the Great Depression, World War II, and the birth of the modern world. Holding a 1952 wheat penny is like holding a piece of that history in the palm of your hand. You must be motivated to look at every 1952 wheat penny you come across with new eyes. Don't just see a cent, see a potential investment. Check for that mint mark under the date. A D or an S tells you where it was born. Look at the condition. Is there any of that original red copper color remaining? These are the clues that lead to treasure. The journey of the 1952 wheat penny from a simple tool of commerce to a highly sought-after collectible is a testament to its enduring appeal. It survived for decades in circulation, and now it waits for a discerning collector to recognize its true worth. The story of this coin is a story of hidden potential and surprising value. Many people have jars of old pennies sitting in their homes, unaware of the fortune that might be hiding inside. Your 1952 wheat penny could be the one that changes everything. It is a conversation starter, a piece of art, and a valuable asset all rolled into one small copper package. It is a coin that deserves your attention and respect. The demand for high-quality wheat pennies is only going to increase. As more people discover the joy and potential profit of coin collecting, the competition for the best specimens will intensify. This means the value of your 1952 wheat penny, especially if it's in great condition, is on a trajectory to go higher and higher. It's not a question of if it will be valuable, but how valuable it will become. So take another look at that 1952 wheat penny. Is it just a penny, or is it a $10,000 ticket to a piece of American history? The answer lies in the details. Examine it closely, research its grade, and dream about its potential. The 1952 wheat penny is more than just a coin. It's a sleeping giant waiting to be awakened. This coin is a symbol of American resilience and prosperity. It represents a time when a penny had real purchasing power. Now, its purchasing power has transformed into collectible value. It's a beautiful irony that this coin, once used to buy a loaf of bread, can now buy you a significant addition to your financial portfolio. The 1952 wheat penny is not just a numismatic item, it's an heirloom. It's a piece of the past that you can pass down to future generations. Its value, both historical and monetary, will only grow with time. This is a legacy coin, a tangible asset that tells a story and holds its worth. Don't let anyone tell you this coin isn't valuable. The auction records speak for themselves. The market trends point to a bright future. The history is rich and compelling. The 1952 wheat penny is a diamond in the rough, and you now have the knowledge to recognize its brilliance. This is your call to action. Go find your treasure. The maximum price this coin can achieve is limited only by the imagination of collectors and the rarity of the specimen. With a documented sale of nearly $10,000 already on the books, the potential for future growth is immense. The 1952 wheat penny is a testament to the fact that incredible value can be found in the most unassuming places. In conclusion, the 1952 1-cent wheat penny is a highly valuable coin with a fascinating history and a very promising future. Its current value ranges from a few cents to thousands of dollars, with the potential for much more. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a beginner, this coin is a worthy investment. Its story is one of artistry, history, and hidden wealth, waiting for you to claim it. Second coin, the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny, is a coin that carries the weight of American history, and its value is a story of two extremes. For the vast majority of these pennies, the value is low, often just a few cents. However, for a select few that have survived in pristine, untouched condition, their value skyrockets into the hundreds and even thousands of dollars. This is the coin that proves condition is king, and it's the coin that could be hiding in your very own pocket change. Let's get straight to the heart of the matter. What is it worth? If you have a 1953 wheat penny that has been worn down by decades of use, showing signs of wear on Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks, its value is quite low. A heavily circulated coin is generally worth between 2 and 15 cents. This is essentially its value as a piece of copper, not as a collectible. It's important to be realistic. Most of these pennies you find in a jar or a roll from the bank are in this category. But the moment we talk about a coin that has never been used in commerce, the story changes completely. An uncirculated 1953 wheat penny, one that retains its original mint luster, is a different beast entirely. In a grade of MS63, mint state 63, which is a nice uncirculated example, the value can be around $3 to $7. As the grade goes up, so does the value, with an MS65 red example being worth between $12 and $20. Now we are talking about real money, and it all comes down to the coin's color and grade. Copper coins are graded by their color: brown BN, red brown RB, and red RD. A red coin has retained its original vibrant copper color and is the most desirable. The record price for a 1953 D penny is over $4,000 for a specimen graded MS67 plus red. In fact, the highest documented sale for a 1953 D wheat penny reached an incredible $7,475. That is the kind of life-changing money that makes this coin so exciting. So how many people want to buy one? The answer is a lot, but only for the right coin. While there aren't official waiting lists, the demand from collectors and dealers is constant for high-grade, error-free examples. Because over 700 million of these coins were minted, they are not rare in circulated condition. The rarity, and thus the demand, lies in finding one that is virtually flawless after more than 70 years. Any collector building a complete set of Lincoln Wheat cents will want a 1953 D, but they will pay a premium for a gem-quality piece. This brings us to the incredible history of the 1953 D wheat penny. The Lincoln Wheat Cent series was born in 1909, the brainchild of President Theodore Roosevelt. He wanted to beautify American coinage and chose the sculptor Victor David Brenner to design a coin featuring the beloved President Abraham Lincoln. The wheat penny nickname comes from the reverse design, which features two elegant stalks of durum wheat. The 1953 D wheat penny, specifically, was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small D mint mark below the date. This was a time of post-war prosperity and significant social change in the United States. The country was in the midst of the Korean War, and the economy was booming. These pennies were the workhorses of American commerce, used in countless everyday transactions. The year 1953 also saw other historical events, such as Winston Churchill being knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. This coin is a small but tangible piece of that era, a connection to a time when the nation was rebuilding and growing. It represents a period of American history that collectors find endlessly fascinating. Now here is where the hunt gets truly exciting. While the standard 1953 D penny is common, era coins from this year can be incredibly valuable. Collectors are always on the lookout for varieties like a repunched mint mark, RPM, where the D was stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling. There are also BIE errors, which are die cracks that make the word liberty appear as LIBIRTY. These errors can be worth anywhere from $10 to over $100, turning an ordinary penny into a prized collectible. To determine if your 1953 D penny is valuable, you need to examine it carefully. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin. Look closely at the D mint mark for any signs of doubling. Examine Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks for sharp details and original mint luster. Never, ever clean your coin. Cleaning it can scratch the surface and significantly lower its value. The value of the 1953 D wheat penny is not inherently high, but its potential is astronomical. For most people, it's a fun piece of history worth a few cents. But for the lucky few who find a gem-quality, red coin or rare error, it's a treasure that can be worth over $500, and in top condition, even over $7,000. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most valuable treasures are the ones hiding in plain sight.